Welcome to the video on creating an entrepreneurial mindset. I hope you find this video intriguing and maybe a little challenging, but should be fun to participate in. As a reminder, we're talking about the first phase or the first section of the I-Inc model, all under Exploring Your Passion. And now we're going to be going into a deeper dive about this whole entrepreneurial mindset. What does that mean? How you can develop it further. Some of you, I'm sure, already have a pretty strong entrepreneurial mindset, and some don't, and that's fine. Because regardless of where you're at right now, we're hoping that by the time you get to both the video, but then also some of the activities, that you'll develop a much stronger sense of this idea of thinking like an entrepreneur every time you engage with anyone else, and that it leads to and can help you lead to opportunities that you might not have otherwise considered. Now, the whole idea about thinking like an entrepreneur is built on this concept and the belief that building a business plan and building a career plan are quite similar. And if you're an entrepreneur, if you're in business for yourself, you're going to be doing a variety of things to continue to look for opportunities and continue to build your business. Well, you are in business for yourself. It's called I Incorporated, and you need to be thinking like an entrepreneur. Even if you're working for a big company, small company, it doesn't matter, nonprofit, it doesn't matter the environment that you're in. We want to encourage you to be thinking like an entrepreneur and take lessons from what a successful entrepreneur does and translate those successes or those ideas into your own business. So a business plan and career plan are very similar. One thing that we want to caution you against is this idea of don't play the blame game. An entrepreneur sees some problems. They're not going to spend time blaming someone else. They're going to figure out how to address it, how to take advantage of that opportunity, and turn it into an opportunity. So do the same thing. Don't be blaming other folks. If you see challenges, you see opportunities, you see problems, translate them into opportunities. There's an adage that's real simple, and it says, if the world gives you lemons, make lemonade. And so don't play the blame game. Look for opportunities. You always want to be value scanning. You want to be looking for opportunities. Network with a purpose. The whole idea is when you go to a networking event, have an objective, and the objective may be that I'm going to meet 3 new people, or that I'm going to meet one person that can lead me to an opportunity or whatever. Don't just go, especially when you go to network events, we'll talk more about that in another video. Don't just go and hang with your friends, but look for opportunities and have a purpose and establish what that purpose is initially, and then meet that purpose when you go through the networking events. Informational interviews. We'll continue to talk about this in a variety of ways, but this is the whole idea of reaching out and talking with someone who is in your industry or in your area of interest and asking them for information. This is not a job interview. This is simply contacting someone in a great way to reach out to alumni from your school or from AKSI and say, hey, I'd like to spend 10 minutes with you, buy you a cup of coffee, kind of pick your brain and talk about what it takes to be successful in your area, your interest, your industry, or whatever. And then listen and go and look for, again, opportunities. And people will open up to you. Alumni love to talk to students, whether it's from your college, university, or from AKSI. They're open to talking to you. So that's a real great resource. Reach out, have these informational interviews, and connect with them personally. You're in this as marketing. There's 4 P's for any of you that have been in marketing courses. Product, place, price, and promotion are the 4 P's. The same things apply here. The product is you. The price is what you're going to be getting paid. The place is where you're going to be doing the work. And promotion is how do you promote it. Recognize that in the next year or two, over 40% of people in the workplace are going to be in what's called the gig economy, which means those are short-term project-related gigs that they'll be doing. You do the job, and then you finish and you leave. Now, they may be doing that facilitated through a placement firm or as an independent, whatever it is, but even if you're working for Ford or a large company, you may still be part of this gig economy because you may only be employed for the duration of the project that you're working on. And so the need to be thinking about how are you marketing your skills, how are you paying attention to knowing what you can do and where do you market it and what's the location and where are you available to work and all those kinds of things are all part of thinking like an entrepreneur, to think like a marketeer. And then the other factors here, resource availability, product knowledge, personal drive, those are all personal things. Those are tied to you and what you do and the knowledge that you have and the capability that you have. See, you got to know what you're capable of doing. And if you don't have a good handle on that, sit down, think about it, reflect on it. Some of the other things we talk about in some of the upcoming videos about your sweet spot will help reinforce that. But that's all part of it too. An entrepreneur knows what they are capable of doing and knows what the products and services that they can provide. And you need to be crystal clear about what you can also. So take a minute and look at the passport to success, specifically in the area of entrepreneurial mindset. We've got some pretty good suggestions there that can help you further to develop this. Meet some entrepreneurs, go out and talk to them, find out who they were. Maybe read a book about entrepreneur, or listen to an audiobook, or even a podcast on entrepreneurial kind of mindset. We've also included the reference to this book, The Mindset, The New Psychology of Success by Carol Dweck. It's all about seeing opportunity and having a growth mindset, not a scarcity kind of mindset. So there's some great books to read. The Startup of You, Reid Hoffman and Ben Casnocha. The Reid is the fellow that co-created LinkedIn. So there's some great books that you can read and get some good ideas. I encourage you to start getting plugged into and aware of the 2-Hour Job Search by Steve Dalton. Really covers a great way for you to go through doing informational interviews and that sort of thing. So meet some entrepreneurs, start reading more about the topic, get out there and connect with some conferences and seminars, go to networking events, and challenge your friends to think with an entrepreneurial mindset. It's really great if you can talk about these concepts with your friends and talk about it and challenge each other and learn how to develop that stronger entrepreneurial mindset. So like I said at the beginning of this video, this is not an easy thing to do. We're talking about changing the way you think, and that doesn't happen just by willing it. You've got to change your behaviors, and if you change the behaviors, the way you think is going to follow. So the behaviors are engaging more with entrepreneurs and purposefully choosing to think about and reflect on those things and learn how you can change your behavior so that you truly are becoming an entrepreneur of your own career. That's the end game. That's what we're looking for through this whole process. And we appreciate you participating and listening through the videos. Hope that you'll take these things to heart and participate in many of the challenges that we've got laid out. And we're confident that if you do, it's truly going to make a profound impact in your life and your ability to find the kinds of opportunities that you're deserving.